I guess I should start from the beginning. I'm not really good at telling stories, but I need to get this out there. Maybe someone will believe me. Last month I was just messing around online, you know? I'd been reading about cryptocurrency stuff because, well, I thought I could make some quick money. Stupid, I know. But I ended up in these weird encrypted forums where people talk about all sorts of things. I found this link, just sitting there in someone's comment. The guy said it was some kind of marketplace where you could buy rare digital collectibles. I figured it was like trading cards or something. Boy, was I wrong. The site looked normal enough when I first loaded it. Clean white background, search bars, categories on the side. But when I started reading the listings, my hands started shaking. They weren't selling collectibles. They were selling people's entire lives. I'm talking birth certificates, social security numbers, bank account details, medical records. But it got worse. Way worse. There were childhood photos, high school yearbooks, even videos of people at their most private moments. Someone had uploaded a woman's entire digital existence. Every email, every photo, every password she'd ever used. The comment sections, God, the comment sections were the worst part. Buyers would discuss their projects like they were talking about fixing up old cars or something. One guy had bought everything about this teacher from Ohio. Jennifer, I think her name was. He was documenting how he was slowly destroying her life over 6 months. First, he ruined her credit score. Then, he started sending weird messages to her friends and family from fake accounts. Made it look like she was having some kind of breakdown. The guy was posting daily updates about how confused and scared she was getting. But then I saw the security camera footage. They had live feeds from her house, her workplace, even her car. This wasn't just identity theft. They were watching her fall apart in real time. For entertainment. I couldn't sleep for 3 days after seeing that. My coffee got cold every morning because I'd just sit there staring at my laptop screen, thinking about that woman. About how she probably had no idea why her life was falling apart. I tried to report it to the FBI, the police, anyone who would listen. But every time I went back to show them the site, it was gone. Like it never existed. That's when I saw it. My own high school yearbook photo was listed in the upcoming auctions section. The same awkward smile, the same terrible haircut I had when I was 17. The listing said, complete digital profile, 22-year-old male, Midwest location, active social media presence. I slammed my laptop shut so hard I cracked the screen, but closing it didn't make the fear go away. Because I started noticing things, small things. My neighbor, Mrs. Peterson, stopped waving at me when I walked by. My boss at work kept giving me weird looks, like I'd done something wrong, but she couldn't quite remember what. Then my bank called about suspicious activity on my account. Someone had tried to transfer money to an account I'd never heard of. They said it looked like someone had my online banking information. I changed all my passwords, got a new phone number, even closed some of my social media accounts. But it didn't help. 3 weeks later, I got a text from an unknown number. Just a photo of me sitting in my living room taken from outside my window. The timestamp was from 2 minutes earlier. I still don't know who took that photo. I still don't know how they got my information. But sometimes, late at night, I hear footsteps in my backyard. Slow, deliberate footsteps that stop right outside my bedroom window. I keep the curtains closed now. All the time. Even during the day. And I never, ever browse those encrypted forums anymore. Because I know they're still out there. Somewhere in the dark corners of the internet, buying and selling people's lives like they're nothing more than products on a shelf. The worst part? I think they're still watching me. Waiting to see what they can do with the information they already have. Every time my phone buzzes, every time someone looks at me a little too long, I wonder if it's starting all over again. I just hope that teacher from Ohio made it out okay. But deep down, I know she probably didn't. I'm not gonna pretend I'm some kind of tech genius or anything. I mean, I barely know how to fix my printer when it stops working. But I've always been curious about stuff. You know, the internet stuff most people don't talk about. It started maybe 3 months ago. I was having trouble sleeping again. My upstairs neighbor kept playing music until like 2 a.m. every night. So I'd just sit there on my laptop, browsing around. Someone on Reddit mentioned this thing about streaming platforms on the dark web. Said there were channels showing stuff you'd never see on regular TV. I downloaded Tor. Took me forever to figure out how to use it properly. My roommate Jake laughed at me when I asked him about it. "Dude, you're gonna end up on some FBI watch list," he said. But I was bored, you know? The first few streams I found were pretty normal. Some guy playing guitar badly, people talking about conspiracy theories, nothing too crazy. Then I saw this channel called Home Invasion TV. The viewer count was around 200 people, which seemed like a lot for that kind of thing. I clicked on it thinking it was probably some kind of prank show, like those YouTube videos where people scare their friends or whatever. But when the stream loaded, man, it was different. The quality was all grainy and green, night vision stuff. And this person was actually inside someone's house. At first I thought it was fake. Had to be, right? But the way they moved, it was too careful, too real. They knew exactly where to step so the floors wouldn't creak. They avoided the family photos on the wall like they'd been there before. The chat was going crazy. People typing things like, "Check the medicine cabinet and go upstairs to the kids' room." I felt sick reading it, but I couldn't stop watching. The streamer would actually do what the chat said. They'd open drawers, look through personal stuff, take pictures of family photos. In one house, they spent like 20 minutes just standing in this little girl's room. She was sleeping right there. The chat kept asking for closer shots of her face. I almost closed the stream right then, but I didn't. God, I wish I had. The worst part was how organized it all seemed. The streamer had notes. I could see them checking their phone constantly. They knew these families' schedules, when the parents went to work, when the kids had soccer practice. They'd been watching these people for weeks, maybe months. I started watching every night. Don't ask me why. I knew it was wrong, but it was like I couldn't look away. The streamer would leave these little gifts for the families, usually just a photograph of them taken from outside their house. Sometimes weeks old. They'd put it somewhere the family would find it in the morning, on the kitchen counter, taped to the bathroom mirror. One night they broke into this house where the parents were having relationship problems. The streamer went straight to the husband's home office and left a note referencing a private conversation the couple had earlier that day. Something about their smart home device recording them. The chat was laughing about it. These people were paying cryptocurrency to watch this guy destroy these families' sense of safety. But then, last Tuesday night, I recognized the house immediately. The green granite countertops in the kitchen, the weird painting of a horse above the fireplace. It was the Hendersons' place. They lived 2 houses down from me. I walk past their place every morning on my way to work. The streamer moved through their house like he'd been there before. He knew about the creaky 3rd step on their staircase, stepped right over it. He knew their dog was staying at the vet overnight, checked the empty dog bed in the living room. From their kitchen window, I could see my own bedroom window. The lamp I always leave on, the blue curtains my mom got me for Christmas. The chat started getting excited. Someone typed, "Nice neighborhood," and "Lots of potential here." The stream ran for about an hour. Then, right before it ended, I saw the message that made my hands shake so bad I could barely type. Someone in the chat wrote, "Tomorrow night we visit the house with the blue mailbox. My mailbox is blue. It's the only blue mailbox on the entire street. I painted it that color last summer because I thought it looked cheerful. I didn't sleep at all that night. Kept checking the locks, looking out the windows. Every car that drove by made me jump. I called in sick to work the next day and just sat by my front window watching. Night came. I had all the lights off, sitting in the dark with my laptop. The stream started at 11:47 p.m. Same green night vision, same careful movements. But this time, I was watching someone walk up my driveway. They stopped at my mailbox first, ran their hand along the blue paint like they were checking to make sure it was the right house. Then they walked to my side yard, right to the spot where I keep my spare key under the fake rock. The chat was going insane. 200 people watching this person prepare to break into my house, and I just sat there, frozen, watching it happen on my screen. That's when I heard my back door open. It was a Thursday night, and I was alone in my apartment. My roommate Josh was out with his girlfriend again, leaving me with the quiet hum of the place to myself. I'd fired up Discord for a video chat with 3 friends: Mia, my high school bestie, Jake, the guy who could make anyone laugh, and Sam, a new face Mia had dragged into our circle from her college dorm. We were just chilling, swapping dumb memes, planning a movie night, when Sam piped up, "Hey, wanna see something wild?" I smirked. "Sure, what's up?" He dropped a link in the chat. I clicked it, and a grainy video thumbnail loaded. A dark room, a figure slumped in a chair. It looked like some low-budget horror flick, but something about it prickled my skin. "Sam, what is this?" Mia asked, her tone sharp. "Just watch," he said, a weird edge to his voice. I hit play. The video flickered to life. A shadowy room, a person tied up, and then a masked figure stepping in with a knife. My heart lurched, and I slammed my laptop shut. "What the hell, Sam?" Jake snapped. "Where'd you get that?" Sam chuckled, but it sounded forced. "Relax, it's from the dark web. I was just poking around. Curiosity, you know." I opened my mouth to call him out, but a new user popped into the chat before I could. Username: Watcher. Their video feed was black. "Who's this?" I asked, glancing at the others' frozen faces on my screen. No one answered. Then, a garbled voice rasped through, "I see you." My screen locked up. Everyone else's feeds died, leaving only Watchers. The black void brightened, revealing a room, a carbon copy of the one in Sam's video. A figure thrashed in the chair, bound. "Oh God," Mia whispered, her voice crackling through the glitch. The masked figure reappeared, knife gleaming. "Welcome to the show," the voice taunted. I mashed the keyboard to escape, but nothing worked. The figure raised the knife. "Stop!" I yelled, but it plunged down, blood spraying the lens. I gagged, shoving my chair back as the feed cut out. Silence choked the chat. "We need to call the cops," Jake said finally. "That wasn't real, right?" Mia's voice trembled. "It looked real," I muttered, hands shaking. Sam stayed quiet, probably kicking himself for digging into the dark web. We tried to report it, but the video, the link, Watcher, gone. The police brushed it off as a prank. I wanted to believe them, but the image of that blood-splattered screen wouldn't leave me. Weeks later, I was still a mess. Nightmares kept me up, and I bombed a few classes. One evening, I found an envelope under my door. Inside was a photo of Mia, her eyes blank, a shadow behind her shaped like that masked figure. My gut twisted. I called her. No answer. I bolted to her place, pounding on the door. She opened it, looking normal, but her smile was off. "You okay?" I asked. "Yeah, why?" she said, too casual. I showed her the photo. Her face drained of color. "Where'd you get this?" she whispered. "Under my door," I said. She shook her head. "I don't remember this." Then I saw it, a fresh scar on her wrist, red and raw. "Mia, what's that?" I pointed. She yanked her sleeve down. "Just a scratch." I knew it wasn't. That night had latched onto us, and it wasn't letting go. I hit up Leo, a hacker buddy who knew the dark web. "Can you trace this?" I asked, handing him the photo and spilling the story. He frowned. "Tough, but I'll dig. If this Watcher's smart, he's a ghost." Days later, Leo called. Found a forum post. Some guy called Watchers bragging about marking people. Matches your story. Marking? I asked, ice in my veins. Yeah. People who see his shows get weird marks, shadows and pics. Then, they vanish. That night, my phone buzzed at 3 a.m. Unknown number. You're next. Then a photo. Me, asleep in bed, shot from above. The masked figure's shadow lurked in the corner. I grabbed my keys and ran. Didn't stop till I was miles away. I never went back. I don't know if Watcher's still hunting, but sometimes, in the dead of night, I hear a faint buzz, like a phone vibrating in the dark.